Well, thank you everybody for coming. We came here to announce our 2015 University of Wyoming Women's Soccer Program recruiting class. And so with that, we'll get started. The first one is Taylor Burton. She's a defender from Centennial, Colorado, Cherokee Trails High School. She was a member of the Rush ECNL team that won a national championship in 2012. Obviously going to be a good addition for us, and looking forward to having her. Second is Annika Clayton. She's a midfielder from New South Wales, goes to Pymble High School. She's a member, has been a member of the Australian national team at times. Was also a member of the schoolgirls and named the player of the tournament at the national schoolgirl events this past year. Third will be Jess Gentle. And Jess is from northern New South Wales, a little bit out of the Sydney area compared to our usual players that are coming from that area. But she was also a member of the schoolgirls national team for the past 3 years as well. Very athletic, wide forward that I think could come in and help us out as well. Fourth is Charlotte Hume, who's a midfielder from Parker, Colorado. Charlotte has played with the Storm club the last 3 years with their ECNL program as well, and looking forward to having her too. Alyssa Murray will be fifth. She's a defender from Bonnie Lake, Washington. Her freshman year in high school, she was a state champion in the mile. She also plays for Washington Premier Soccer Club, which is an ECNL program as well. Very, very athletic player in the back line that can help us as well. Next will be Christina Salazar. She's a goalkeeper from Centennial, Colorado, from Grandview High School. She's a player that's obviously, with us graduating Alex Beam, we needed to fill a goalkeeping slot, and I think she's got a great upside to her. Very athletic, just very dedicated player that I think will come in and help us out as well. She also plays basketball, which is great for a goalkeeper as well, and has been a member of the Storm ECNL program too. Next is Jordan Schaller. She's a defender from Colorado Springs, Colorado, from Daugherty High School. She picked up team MVP awards for her high school program this last season, and was a member of the Pride Predators, which is a very strong program down in Colorado Springs, and also has played with Pikes Peak Rush as well in her time. Next is Summer Taube, midfielder from Las Vegas, Nevada, a member of the Heat ECNL program. Midfielder, just strong, very feisty, aggressive player. Somebody that I really liked, just that aggressive side. Kind of plays with a chip on her shoulder, and I think she'll do real well for us. And then last but not least is Megan Weems, a midfielder from Sedalia, Colorado, from Castleview High School, and also a member of the Real Club down in Denver area, and was a state runner-up in 2012. And just strong midfielder that connects passes really well. With this class, I think it definitely built a lot of depth. It was something that we were really focused on. And when we're route recruiting, the one thing we look for is players that are going to come in and compete for time. And I think there's a lot of players in this group that'll come in and make us better and continue to build that depth, which is something I think at times that we've struggled with a little bit. And I think we're looking forward to having them. They're all fantastic students, which fit in really well in the classroom as well with our current program. And just really excited to finally wrap them up. I think with soccer and the timelines, we get these young ladies committed so early. It's really nice to get to this day and finally get their name on the dotted line. So we're excited. It's a great day for us, and we're looking forward to the future. And with that said, we'll open it up to any questions. Well, I think the first thing was finding a goalkeeper. When we graduated Alex, to get a goalkeeper was important for us. Second, I think some more defenders, obviously graduating 2 center backs. With our 3 seniors that played a lot of minutes, those 2 center backs and goalkeepers were a priority. And then I think just continuing to build athleticism, continuing to build good players that are making our program better. Yeah, we had a great fall. Yes, we finished second, but second wasn't our goal. And I think this class will continue to help us strive towards that goal of winning a conference championship. And obviously we're close, but you've got to continue to build that depth and to build that athleticism. And just every position, I think we just got a little bit deeper this year. The thing that excites me the most is the depth and the athleticism. I think being able to fill some needs and just, they're going to come in and compete. I think that's the neat part. And to be honest, the last 2 years I've sat here and told you the exact same thing, and I think it's been very true the last 2 years. They've come in and competed very well. All of them, I think, can come in and fight for time, and that's the neat part. I think our returners are excited about that. I think when the competition in training is hard, I think that makes us better on Fridays and Sundays. And I think that's what we're looking for as a staff, is to get that competition level up every day, day in, day out. If we play 11-a-side in training, you know, it's going to be a battle, and there's going to be people pushing each other for positions. And that's the exciting part of this class, is I really think from goalkeeper all the way to the forward line, I think it's one more class that's going to push the two classes that are in front of them in our program, and really continue to make this program a deeper program, but also make it better and keep striving for a conference championship, because at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for, is our Mountain West Conference Championship. The returners right now, it's their job. I told them, you know, we just started preseason this last week when school started. You know, for me, this is when preseason starts for next fall, and I think they've got to come every day with the right attitudes. They've got to continue to push each other. You know, we've got 18, 19 training right now in the spring, and I think there's days where you look around and it's like, oh, you know, maybe this is my position, but you know what, it's not. So you've got a strong group that's coming in that's going to be looking to take those spots, and that's okay. That's what makes our program better, and I think we've got to make sure we go into every training session with the right attitude and the right motivation, and pushing each other and battling. And I can tell you, we've only been at it a week and a half right now, but I tell you what, it's been some competitive training sessions. Somebody receives a ball and there's somebody on their back kind of getting into them a little bit. I mean, it looks more like a game, I think, than it ever has in my 3 years here. And that's the neat part about it, this group. I think we've got a hungry group. I think they got a little taste of it. And what I told them is everything you did last year, because they did work extremely hard to get to the fall, to see those results go their way in the fall. You've got to do that and then a little bit more. Because to be honest, we came close, but not all the way there. Second out of a very competitive 12-team conference is very exceptional, but it's still not the ultimate goal. And I think that's something that we've got to make sure is we don't become lax, and then we show up with that right intensity and continue to push each other. I know the coaches are excited, the coaching staff, and hungry for it. I think the players are in that same boat, that they're hungry and they're excited for it. Yeah, I'll be honest, my whole career I've loved having athletes that played multiple sports. You know, I think it's great, you know, that there's so many that have played at a high level, or ECNL or Pride or Australian with different national programs there. Those are fantastic, you know. And then the flip side of that too is to have a goalkeeper that plays basketball. That's probably not a bad thing when she's going up and getting a rebound in traffic. It probably looks like some of the corner kicks that we'll face in the fall. So those types of things are fantastic. You know, having a girl that can, her freshman year, the state of Washington, win the mile, you know, I think that tells you, you know, she was asking what our fastest mile times are, and I told her, and she's like, oh, here's mine, and it's 30 seconds faster than anyone on our program. You know, for us, that raises the bar at that aspect. You know, and trust me, we have a lot of individuals that don't like to lose at anything, which makes us a really good program. And I think that that's one way to raise the bar. And it's like, all right, well, you think you're fast, go catch her. You know, and I think that's the exciting part of players like that. And each of them have their own individual aspects that they're going to add to this program. But they're all very good at least one thing. And I think when you see those things like that and bring in that athleticism, and yeah, you know, it's great that Christina can play basketball, being a goalkeeper as well. Those things are only going to help in the long run. And it shows a competitive nature. You know, I think when you play multiple sports, it's a competitive nature. I think those are great things. You know, I think the girls that are playing on high-level teams, getting high-level training every day, those are great things that they're playing at that level. They're getting very good coaching. You know, they're playing with, a lot of them with 15, 16, 17 players that are all going to play Division I soccer. That's impressive when that's what you're training against. And obviously that's the environment we're building towards, and I think we're very, very close. And I think this class will kind of help us get over that top, you know, along with our prior classes. And you put it all together, and I'm looking forward to the fall. To be honest, I wish it was starting in a couple weeks, just to get them in and get them going. And there's really two big, when it comes to recruiting, there's two big exciting days. It's this one, and then it's that first day of preseason when they're actually there, and you actually get to start working with the recruiting side. And then they become that part of your program. They're not just recruits anymore. And then it's like, all right, you're here. You know, and as a coach, you know, you spend 2-3 years recruiting these players. You know, those are the fun parts. And then they're a part of your program, and that's what I think all coaches look forward to, is that day when, one, they get signed, and then that second day when they show up on campus. It's really exciting, those days when we get to see some of the fruits of that labor, and those teammates see them in those colors and wearing Wyoming.